What's going on YouTube? This is CJ. We are back in the flesh for episode 2 of the Innovative Marine 75 EXT reef build. I told you guys this was going to be an awesome build, and we are definitely going to cover each step piece by piece. Well, at least the main pieces. As far as the overall equipment, we're going to cover all that in one video, but this one, I feel this deserved a little bit of attention and a little bit of detailed walkthrough as far as features and things I liked and didn't like. So it's going to be the Innovative Marine Nuvo RFS 27 SUMP. So I believe this is made for these tanks, but you can probably use this on any tank that you can fit it underneath. But if you guys are familiar with my channel, you know, if you're new to my channel, you guys watch my 120 gallon build. I literally took the SUMP from SCA, cut out all the baffles, replaced them, you know, re-siliconed them, painted the thing to make it look better, and I was able to create a SUMP that fit the needs as far as the equipment I wanted to run. So this tank, I didn't want to have to go through that, so I got this SUMP here, and I got to tell you, this is my first time having something that I really don't have to do anything to. Man, we're gonna go through all the features. We're gonna go through all the things I like and don't like. Each chamber, I think they pretty much thought of everything you really want. So we're gonna cover all that, but before we do, we gotta address the tank stand itself. Remember the last video, I told you guys the bottom of the tank, if there was some spillage, really didn't see a way for water to not hit the floor. So we're gonna address that first, walk through this SUMP, get this thing in the tank, take a look at it, and just try to visualize what's coming next. So let's get to it.
So the mission was simple: waterproofing the stand. PVC board has crevices around the sides, and I know for a fact if any water was to really spill down here, it would run over the edges and hit the floor. So pine liner, some extra thick weatherproof Gorilla tape, tape measure, and some scissors are going to be the tools of choice. Now, cutting this out the first time, I thought I was going to be able to measure and get it right. Obviously, you know, it's an epic fail. I was short on some edges, but I ended up using this first cut as a template and then cut a second piece, and that worked out a lot better. Now, pine liner is my first time ever using this. Really thick stuff. It's definitely durable. So trying to line up the tape and make it look presentable was the #1 goal. You know, pushing it into the edges, trying to smooth it out as flat as possible without having any wrinkles or seams or anything else. And overall, you know, I was pretty satisfied with the result, guys. And I have no doubt at this point, if I was to dump, you know, a gallon or two of water in the bottom of the stand, it would just set her in pool and it would never touch the floor. So ultimately, that was the end result. That was the end goal. And I'm happy with how it turned out. So for whoever, you know, originally thought of this idea, shout out to you for sharing this with us in the hobby. I'm just passing it forward. For anyone that has improvements on this, hey, feel free to drop a comment. But as far as my build goes, we are ready to move forward. So jumping back over to the SUMP, giving you guys a quick top-down view. Now, excuse the dust, I tried to clean it up for you. Pay more attention to how precise everything looks and fits together. SUMP lids, there's no gaps or no spaces. Everything fits seamlessly. Now, when it comes to the SUMP itself, bunch of little attachments, a bunch of little cord holders, probe holders. So when it comes to wire management, when it comes to, you know, connecting things to the SUMP, they pretty much eliminated any need for any third-party, you know, magnetic racks or clips or anything for that factor. So, you know, quick connects. You know, they also have a barb fitting for your auto top off to return to the SUMP. So that's one less thing you have to worry about coming loose. And they also include, you know, different parts as far as cord management in your return section, in your refugium section, and also in the high flow area as far as your main return lines to the SUMP. It has a heater compartment, so leave your heater in here. I also have cord management options here. I mean, I think they pretty much thought of all ways that you're gonna need something held on this SUMP. So whoever came out with this, I appreciate it. It's gonna save me a lot of trouble. Now in the past, anytime I've designed my own SUMPs, I always like creating a high flow return area so nothing can settle and everything's forced over into your mechanical, you know, and chemical filtration. They pretty much do it all for you on this SUMP. Not only that, you can take it all out. That's the part I love the most. You can remove all the trays, you can remove the pre-filter. You can actually swap out these 4-inch, you know, cups for filter socks if you choose to use them, or just take it all out and just run nothing in that whole return chamber. So I That's the part I think I like the most. Whenever you buy a sump that's pre-made, you're kind of worried you're going to be stuck with using how it comes. Not this one. You can take everything off of it. You can change the middle section, to either function as a refugium or run equipment in here with a skimmer or algae scrubber, which I plan on doing. You can adjust the baffle height, and just in case you're not sure, has marks on the outside of the sump itself to tell you how many inches. So you can literally follow the recommendations of any skimmer's requirements without needing pedal stools or anything else. So, I got to tell you guys, like I said before, they've pretty much thought of every functional need that you're going to need as far as having a sump, being able to adjust it, hold cords, and just everything else I can think of. So, as I told you guys at the beginning of this video, finally a sump that I don't have to do anything to. So when it comes to putting this underneath the tank, I could have slid it in through the front, but probably taking off a door or so would have made it easier. But nothing's easier than taking advantage of those beautiful side doors on this ABS stand. And I'll tell you, sliding it right in definitely makes me feel confident if later down the line I had to ever remove this, I can do it with the tank full, no issue. So, putting it on the stand does show how much space it takes, which is pretty much all the available space. So if I did want to add any, calcium reactors or anything else, it's going to have to be external, some kind of side cabinet or something that we'll have to deal with. And that's one of the only knocks, is that it does take up so much space. But if you're going to have a functional sump underneath a stand and a tank this size, you're going to have to make some kind of compromises. So, with that being said, that's my only knock, is my choice of stand and my choice of tank. That if I would have gotten the bigger one, the bigger model of the RFS stand does have separate return, refugium skimmer sections. So I'm basically missing a section because I'm missing an extra foot of length available, on the stand and tank. So with that being said, that's it, guys. Just want to give you guys a quick look at the sump, before I put it underneath here, because we are pretty much ready to go. Waiting on a few other supplies to come as far as plumbing, and we're going to get this thing plumbed, and we're going to start, water testing and getting everything else going. So, hey, if you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button for me. And as always, you guys like, comment, subscribe. You guys keep doing what y'all do. Y'all be easy and happy reefing. Peace.